Hello, YouTube viewers out there. Welcome to brand new episode 19 of Sebastian's Movie Game Time. I'm your host, Sebastian, and today I'm going to talk about two movies that I saw in theaters from 2022 that I thought they were pretty decent. Then two more movies from 2010 that I didn't see in theaters. I saw like at home or on cable TV or movie streaming platform services. And then after that, I'm going to talk about the DC movies that I saw in 2011 and part one. Because I'm going to talk about the DC movies I've seen from 2011. I'm going to do part one. Next week, I'm going to talk about part two of the DC movies of 2011. And then part three will be the DC movies of 2011. Part three will be the last thing to talk about movies of 2011. So let's get started, shall we? Um, First off, this is the two movies I saw in theaters in 2022 called Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. It's about 20 rich something kids who play a game called Bodies, Bodies that becomes deadly, and each one of these 20 something rich, teenager kids, one of them could be the murderer who's killing the other. I give it out of 3 stars for Bodies, Bodies. Um, oh, I'm sorry, not yes, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Sorry. It stars Amandla Stamberg, who played the Rue character from the first Hunger Games movie, um, and Pete Davidson. Next up, we have the Norseman, about a young Viking prince who, when he was a boy, he saw his dad murdered by his uncle, who's taken his possession away of not having this younger Viking prince to become a Viking king. And years later, there's the young Viking kid. He grows up as a man, and who goes out to find the person, his uncle who murdered his father years ago when he was a kid, and kind of like it's kind of like a revenge Viking story. I like the visual. I like the visual locations and the atmosphere. Cinematography is very beautiful shot in those ancient medieval period times. 2 out of 3 stars for Norseman. Stars Alexander Skarsgård, Anya Taylor-Joy, Ethan Hawke, Singer Borjork, the singer. She has a popped up appearance in it. That was cool. Nicole Kidman, um, William William Defoe. 2 out of 3 stars for Norseman. Okay, now we have two movies from 2010 that I saw at home. Sorry. Um, First we have Room in Rome. It's about a one fateful night. One night, two women who meet each other after having dinner. They go back to the other's hotel or apartment, and they secretly, and I'm thinking both women are both married or something, but one night only, they have a love and affair relationship. They're talking about their feelings for each other, or talking about families back home that they miss. But they secretly, these two women secretly fall in love with each other for one night. And the next day they wake up, realize, what, that was a one night stand for both of us. And I give it out of 3 stars for Room in Rome. It stars um, Alina, Anya, and Natasha Yurovenko. Um, Bloomington. It's about a former child star who happens to be a girl who ends up who goes to college and ends up romantically involved, falling in love with her woman professor, who happens to be a woman. Her college professor happens to be a woman, and secretly the former child actress girl, child star girl, and her college professor, they secretly have, a love relationship between them both. They secretly see each other, without nobody noticing them. Like a love relationship that this girl and this woman have to each other. Bloomington stars um, Allison McTree, and Sarah Stolfer. Give it 10 free stars for Bloomington. Okay, now we talk about the DC movies of 2011, part one that I saw. So we have Real Steel, starring Hugh Jackman, Anthony Mackie, about a struggling ex-boxer a married husband who's struggling, who's an ex-former boxer, who's struggling in life, trying to get through life, and he finds this robot and he puts him in a robot competition of robot boxing fighting match, and trying to redeem his life and get his life back together. It's basically kind of a movie about a guy who's struggling to get back on his feet type of movie. I give it 2 out of 3 stars for Real Steel. We have Margin Call, a group of employees at this bank corporate firm who during the 24-hour period of the financial crisis. That means all the financial stalking, crashings happening. This story takes place in 2008, and the stock market collapsing, the financial crisis. There's a movie almost like Margin Call, but it's way better than Margin Call, called The Big Short. We'll talk more about this Big Short movie when we get to the year it came out. But Margin Call was like, before The Big Short came out, we had Margin Call. It stars Kevin Spacey, Zachary Quinto, Demi Moore, Jeremy Irons, and who else? Um, Stanley Tucci. 2 out of 3 stars. We have Iron Number Four. It's about a young man who's on. It's about a young man who's a fugitive on the run from these enemies who wants to kill him, because they know that he has these ability powers within him, and they're gonna try to stop him. And so the young man who's a fugitive on the run from his enemies are trying to kill him. Um, he has ability powers to defeat his enemies and that are after him. Starring Alex Pettyfer, Teresa Palmer, and Timothy Olyphant. Again, I am number four. Give it 2 out of 3 stars. Oh, but I do like the dog though. There's a dog character in I number four that I like the dog. The dog becomes the young man's companion, but then the dog has, like, I don't know, like special something inside the dog, like a monster or something, or I don't know what they call it. But other the dog was cool in the film. What else? We have Attack on the Block. It's about a group of teen hooligans who defend their block of the neighborhood from alien invasion. It's kind of a sci-fi black comedy movie starring John Boyega before he went on to play the Finn character in Star Wars: Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker, and many other films. But Attack on the Block stars John Boyega before he played the Finn character in Last Jedi, Star Wars, Force Awakens, Rise of Skywalker, and Nick Frost from Shaun of the Dead pops up in it as well. 2 out of 3 stars. What else? We have No Strings Attached. Two people who are in a relationship. They have a rules that no strings attached, but they secretly, these two people, they're actually kind of end up in love together at the end of the movie, I believe. Um, it's a romantic comedy movie, No Strings Attached, starring Ashton Kutcher, Kevin Kline, Natalie Portman, and Carrie Elwes. 2 out of 3 stars for No Strings Attached. The Adjustment Bureau is about a love affair between a politician and a ballerina dancer, and these mysterious men, forced men, are forcing these two characters to keep them apart from not being together. Um, It's a thriller drama movie. I should dare Jasmine Burrow, starring Matt Damon, Emily Blunt, Anthony Mackie, and Terrence Stamp. 2 out of 3 stars. Um, the Smurfs. It's about it's about the Smurf characters from the popular based on the cartoon series. The Smurfs find themselves from the computer cartoon world to the live action modern day world of New York City, and at the same time, they've been taken in by these two, younger couples who are hiding them from this evil wizard who's out to capture them and get rid of them. The Smurfs stars Neil Patrick Harris, Sofia Vergara, Hank Azaria, and the voice talents of the Smurfs are Katy Perry, the late Jonathan Winters, and what else? So 2 out of 3 stars for the Smurfs movie. It's a live action comedy movie. 2 out of 3 stars. We have Wrong Turn 4, Bloody Beginnings. It's about a group of college students get lost in a storm during their snowboarding trip that little what they know don't realize that think that their snowboarding trip turns their wrong turn when a group of cannibal families who kills them one by one or going after them one by one. I give it top 3 stars for Wrong Turn 4, Bloody Beginnings. It stars Jenny, Pater Vicky, Tanika Davis, Caitlin Lieb or Caleb, and Tyria Visa. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure I pronounced the names right. I'll just say, yeah. 2 out of 3 stars for Wrong Turn 4, Bloody Beginnings. In the Name of King, and the Name of the King 2, starring Dolph Lundgren, based on the first. It's a sequel to the first film that started Jason Statham. 2 out of 3 stars for Name of the King. And the Name of the King, Two Worlds, starring Dolph Lundgren. It's about a soldier who gets thrown into the medieval time portal, and to fulfill an ancient prophecy and defeat, villains. His villains from his past. They knew where he's at, so they come to where he's at. It's kind of like a B. It's kind of like a B science fiction movie. And the Name of the King, Two Worlds. 2 out of 3 stars. We have The Change Up. Two best friends. One night after lightning strikes, and it's fountain that the two best friends are at. Their bodies have swiped from one to the other. So one is like, okay, one is in the other one that's married, has kids, and the other swapping the other person's body swap, where he's just a single guy, and at the end of the movie, and at the end of the movie, and towards through the movie, these two guys are trying to find out how we're gonna get our body swapping back, back to our correctly each other bodies, you know. So 2 out of 3 stars for The Change Up. It stars Jason Bateman, Ryan Reynolds, um, Leslie Mann, Olivia Wilde, and Alan Arkin. We have Arthur, starring Russell Brand, Helen Mirren, Jennifer Garner. It's based on an '80s version Arthur that starred Dudley Moore or Dilly Moore. I don't know what his name was. Dudley Moore. There we go, Dudley Moore. Yeah, the original Arthur. Well, this is a remake of Arthur. Starring Russell Brand, Helen Mirren, Jennifer Garner. It's about a rich playboy who realized that he's losing his money losing a wealthy of his money because he's in love with this woman. Her Curry doesn't like him, but I get now I'm not sure what the movie's about, but I think I add in this Arthur movie. Russell Brand and Jennifer Garner's character, they kind of like, I don't know, they become friends or something at the end. I guess it's been a long time since I've ever seen the Arthur movie, but that's all I can tell you what's about. 2 out of 3 stars for Arthur. Um, we have Sleeping Beauty. Now this is a tough movie to watch. Well, when I give the synopsis story of what's it about, you're like, oh, this is what the film Sleeping Beauty is about. No, it's not the Disney classic. If you're meant the anime classic Disney film Sleeping Beauty, no, this is a different kind of Sleeping Beauty. It's nothing to do with the Disney animated prince. The prince falls in love with the princess at the end. It's nothing like that. This is a whole different Sleeping Beauty movie. Here's a synopsis about it. It's about a shy young girl who is a university student. That means a college student, and who is drawn into a mysterious world of desires, which happens to be an erotic freelance job where she's been given a task to take a pill or something, and she takes it, and they take her to she goes into the bedroom, and here it goes. So yeah, it's a shy young girl who's a university student who's drawn into a world of desires, which happens to be erotic freelance job where the young girl is being told um, to be sleep in bed. They'll give her like a little medicine pill, and she'll be sleep in bed. While the paying wealthy rich paying customers will while this young girl's passed down the bed, she can't move because she's asleep, she's dead asleep. And then the wealthy man of paying customers, they come into a room, and they kind of sexually, they it's kind of a weird subject, matter. They they do sexual things to this young girl. Each paying customer guy will have sex, will make love to this young girl who's sleeping and doesn't know. And when she wakes up, she doesn't know what happened, or she doesn't know any of the events that happened when she was knocked out. It's kind of hard to depress movie. Give it 2 out of 3 stars for Sleeping Beauty. It stars Emily Browning from Sucker Punch movie. Um, we have we have Super, a black edgy comedy movie directed by James Gunn. It's about a it's about it's about a man after his wife leaves him for a drug dealer villain bad guy. He dons up this superhero outfit, and along with his friend who happens to be a young woman or a young girl, and she dons up as him as well as his superhero sidekick. It stars Rainn Wilson, Kevin Bacon, Liv Taylor, and Ellen Page before Elliot Page. This name switched to. Give it 2 out of 3 stars for Super. Source Code is about a soldier wakes up and somebody else's body until he discovers that he's been part of a secret lab experiment to experiment government program to find a terrorist bomber on his train that's going to kill his passengers. So he must stop him and find the terrorist and stop him before he even blows up the train. It's starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Vera Farmiga, and Michelle Monaghan. 2 out of 3 stars for Source Code. Assassination Games. It's a direct-to-video, straight-to-video action movie. It's about two deadly assassins who must work together to go and kill a mob boss who's after both of them, while the other's trying to save his wife, who's in a coma because of what happened to her in the past. So 2 out of 3 stars for Assassination Games. It's Jean-Claude Van Damme and Scott Adkins. And this is the first time that Jean-Claude Van Damme and Scott Adkins they did a movie together, because they were going to do 2 movies together, which is the Expendables Part 2. Van Damme and Scott Adkins popped up in Expendables 2, and they team up again in Universal Soldier, Day of Reckoning later on. So this is the first time that they first team up together. 2 out of 3 stars for Assassination Games. Battle Los Angeles is about a squad of soldiers, a squad of Marines who become the last line of defense of the world to defeat global invasion of that destroy Los Angeles City and the world. They must face uh, this um this global invasion, like I said. 2 out of 3 stars for Battle Los Angeles. Starring Aaron Eckhart, Michelle Rodriguez, and Bridget Monahan. Um, Colombiana, starring Zoe Saldana, Cliff Curtis, and Lenny James. It's about a woman who becomes a. It's about a young girl who becomes a woman assassin to seek revenge on the on on the drug. Was like a drug lord kingpin who murdered this girl's parents when she was little and tried almost killing her. But then she becomes like this badass assassin trained by her uncle to become like assassin killer and seek revenge on her parents' murder on the drug lord and his henchmen. 2 out of 3 stars for Colombiana. Like I said, starring Zoe Saldana, Cliff Curtis, Lenny James. I thought Zoe Saldana was badass in the movie. So we have Contagion. Now during the pandemic time, early in the middle 2020, there was a movie called this movie came out 2011. What is it? Contagion. It's about a group of different strangers who must find a cure for this epidemic or pandemic happened that's spreading across the world, globe, or nationwide. Starring Matt Damon. Yeah, Contagion stars Matt Damon, Gwyneth Paltrow, Lawrence Fishburne, Marion Cotillard, Kate Winslet, and what else? So 2 out of 3 stars for Contagion. It was like the most watchable movie when we're stuck in the pandemic 2020 time, and well, it came out in 2011, the Contagion, but it's a lot of people like Contagion. It's like I gave it 2 out of 3 stars. So we also have Warrior. It's about two brothers who fight each other in a mixed martial arts competition match, and one's a former special army forces soldier who went AWOL, and they realized that his soldier company realized that he went AWOL. That one brother went AWOL, made it back home, and he fights his other brother, who's a married man with kids, in the mixed martial art boxing champion match. 2 out of 3 stars for Warrior. Stars Tom Hardy, Joe Egerton, Nick Nolte, and Jennifer Morrison. 30 minutes or less. It's about two criminals who kidnap a delivery pizza guy, strap a bomb on his chest, and ask him to go to the bank and rob and tell him to steal money from the bank and deliver it to him if they want to get this bomb that the delivery pizza guy has on his chest with numbers seconds counting down. It stars Jesse Eisenberg, Danny McBride. 2 out of 3 stars for 30 minutes or less. We have The Guard. It's about an Irish policeman who teams up with the American FBI agent to investigate a drug smuggling ring in the small town, or in the town of Ireland, or whatever it's set in. Like Ireland country or something. It's a black comedy action movie, I should say. It stars Brendan Gleeson, Liam Cunningham, Mark Strachan, and Don Cheadle. There were some scenes I thought they were pretty funny at The Guard. 2 out of 3 stars. Setup is about a group of friends who go on different career paths after they get involved in a daily diamond heist that goes terrible wrong, and the other one screwed up, the other's like, why you screwed up and stuff like that. So it's about two guys who are friends, but they turn like enemies with each other. It stars Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, Ryan Philippine, and Bruce Willis appears in it as well. So, and Randy Couture. I'm sorry. Yeah, Randy Couture also is in it. 2 out of 3 stars for setup. And finally, we come to a last movie of 2011 called Decisions. It's about a group. It's a group of friends decide to pull and a bank heist to rob the money until a corrupted LAPD detective um who's on their who on the criminals' trail to retrieve the money because it's his money that they stole from this LAPD detective who's corrupted officer who's corrupted, so he must get the money back that that they took from him. And believe it or not, it stars Corey Haim. Corey Haim, yes, and this was Corey Haim's final acting role in this before his death. So this movie Decisions, this is Corey Haim's final acting role in the film before his passing death. And even though his character pops up in it in a bunch of scenes, and I was watching a review for this movie. They said Corey Haim isn't brilliant in this movie at all. Decisions, but he pops up here and there in different. He pops up here and here at times in different scenes of the movie, but it's literally Corey Haim's final acting role before his passing. So it's kind of sad, I guess. 2 out of 3 stars for Decisions. Okay, everybody, that would do it. That's it. Thank you for watching episode 19 of Sebastian's Movie Game Time. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and you'll get new content episodes every Monday, every Mondays. So, and like I said in the beginning of this episode, these are the decent movies of 2011 I saw, part one. Next week, I'm gonna talk about more of the decent movies from 2011, part two next week. So, so until then, I'll see you at the movies.